Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Minus the Rumors podcast for November 7th, 2015. I'm Ed from Zero Plays Games, joined with my co-host, Crimson Rose from Crimson Rose Gaming.
What's up? So let's jump right into this. Halo 5 reached 400 million in sales, and this is their biggest Halo launch ever. So let's see. They reached 400 million sales and global sales during the first week. The Halo franchise as a whole has lifetime revenue is $5 billion, compared to Halo 4. That was a $220 million in the first 24 hours, 300 million in its first week. So the Halo 5 was a jump of about $100 million, which is ridiculous.
Right. Microsoft announced that this is the best-selling digital game ever because, Halo is available through the Microsoft Xbox Store,
Yeah.
which is amazing. And yeah, Halo 5 launched on October 27th.
Yes.
So
Launched on October 22nd. And they plan to launch 15 more free DLC maps by summer 2016, so there's going to be more content as well.
and there should be a world tournament sometime next year, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I believe the reason for all this being such a highly grossed game is probably because the marketing campaign for this game has been going on for over a year now. It's These games are a little bit more easier to access with the Windows Store and whatnot, and the One has been out longer compared to the Halo 4 release.
Right. But good job for 343.
Yes.
We salute you. One day I want to be worth just 400 million. 400 million would set me for forever.
That'll be your bail.
But you were right. This was the biggest. Yes, other than most recent, this was the biggest Halo launch that I've ever remembered. We had
Yes.
movie trailers. We had TV commercials that looked like movie trailers. There were internet movie trailers. There were.
You had the Hunt the Truth and a few other Hunt the Whatnots, which were complete like websites dedicated to finding out different secrets, and it was a big, huge ordeal that I still say was all propaganda compared to the final product, but still they made ridiculous amounts of money, and they still will make even more money from this.
Right. But do you think it might be a spend more to make more type thing? I mean, a lot of the stuff we saw was live action.
I'm not quite sure. Possible.
Possible. You think there'll be more cosplayers out there next year for
Uh,
Halo?
I mean, of course there'll be more Halo, or be more Master Chief, more locks. But it's the same thing like with the Star Wars. It's once it comes back, immediately everyone is that's like their life for a while. So I
Right.
mean, the last Halo 4 came out a few years ago, so
So currently Halo is Bay.
it's bad for now.
And if you are planning on dressing up as any of the Halo characters, players, get yourself the limited edition Halo Needler replica.
Yes.
Yes, it is 29 inches long, 10 inches tall, and runs on 4C batteries. The thing looks amazing. It
Yes.
it looks very true to the game. There's lights on it. The needles retract when you pull the trigger. You can hit the reload button on it and they all pop back out.
Yeah. And it's a full 1-to-1 scale. It's pretty ridiculous. It's made for a full-size Spartan. Obviously this doesn't actually shoot anything,
Right.
but the mechanics of it make it look and sound and feel like it is shooting.
Right. And it's only $300 and
Yes.
available from NECA Club.
Which something like this, you would think would run a lot more. This is actually fairly uh affordable.
Right. Exactly. It is affordable. I have never seen something, I mean, yes, it's limited edition, but production that looked this that looks this close to something right out of a video game.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Link will be in the description.
Yes. So, on to Ark. Ark released a DLC update, whatnot, this past week. It added massive, deadly Giganosaurus. So, the developers basically say fighting a Giganosaurus directly is always a bad idea. It rage rapidly. It takes. I mean, it's very, very beastly. It's huge. It's mean.
The Giganosaurus, I don't think I learned about that one growing. That's a real dinosaur, right?
I believe it's a real dinosaur.
Let me Google real quick.
Nah, we're googling.
Gigantosaurus. Oh my goodness, it's like a T-Rex on steroids.
It is. It's basically a T-Rex on steroids,
I
and
wa-
that's basically what it is in the game as well. So it's a T-Rex on steroids, and you can tame this thing. Um, I don't recommend it for newbies, but it's possible. It's known as the fearsome flagship dinosaur. It requires the best gear and skills in the game.
So not everybody's gonna get one of these things.
Yeah, it's basically if there was a level cap on the game, this would extend it. So this brings for people that might have gotten a little tired of the game, this adds a bit more enjoyment and back into it.
Right. Wow. Fighting a Giganosaurus, this is a direct quote from the maker. Fighting a Giganosaurus directly is always a bad idea, as its rage rapidly grows with every hit it takes. With this rage, it builds increasing reserves of energy to use, making its iron-jawed bites progressively more deadly and enhancing its stamina. That sounds scary, man.
Yes. And to talk about the game a little bit, this game is like fascinating. Ark Survival Evolved launched in the summer. It was on Steam Early Access, still is actually. Sold more than 2 million copies. It's still in development. The full version expected to launch in the summer 2016. This thing isn't even, not really even close to actually launching, and it's a full blown
Full-blown game.
game. It's amazing how well it runs and how smooth it is. It's also coming to the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. So
Nice.
be sure to get this game, pick it up, and go find you a Giganosaurus and get eaten by it. And let us know how it went.
Speaking of picking up games, GOG has got a huge sale going on right now until November 15th.
What is GOG?
GOG is much like it's much like G2A if you've ever used it, or Origin. You buy the game from them and they will sell you a Steam key at a reduced rate.
Very
So
nice.
so basically it's basically when a game comes out, people will buy so many Steam gift keys and then turn around and sell them
Yeah.
and somehow make profit off of it. I don't know how the metrics work, otherwise I'd be doing it and I would have been doing it for years. But you can get great deals such as The Witcher 3 for $42, Pillars of Eternity Hero Edition for $22.50. You can get during they have pack releases as well. You know, game packs, kind of
Yeah.
like Humble Bundle does. If you spend $5 during this sale on anything, you get System Shock 2. If you spend a total of $15, you get System Shock 2 and the Chronicles of Riddick. If you pay $30, you get System Shock, Chronicles of Riddick, and a free copy of Banished.
Very nice.
So I mean, yes, very nice, huge deals. Um, most of the things are 75% off of the Steam regular price right now. What else can we get here?
Pirates Cove. I recognize that title.
Yeah. So I mean, some of it's not huge name games, but some
Well,
is.
The Witcher 3, Elder Scrolls 3, those are pretty big. Pretty big names.
Mm. You can get some old favorites on here too, like
Fallout 2.
Duke Nukem 3D, Fallout 2. Yeah, Duke Nukem 3D is $5.99 right now, by the way. So it's almost worth buying it for $6 just to get System Shock too.
Yes. So, there's a lot of a little bit older games, but pretty good games. Great deals. Basically a Let's Player's paradise.
Yes. Yes. Do they have Guitar Hero? Do they have Guitar Hero on there?
No, they don't. So, Guitar Hero Live is adding 70 plus songs before the end of 2015. So, that is a ridiculous amount of songs.
Yes, yeah, it really is. And especially seeing as how we just, reported last week that Rock Band is going to remove songs if you don't pay to import them.
Yes, you'll have to import the songs, and Rock Band, they're making it a little complicated. I know the game will be absolutely amazing. However, I think Guitar Hero is going to take it way far and beyond. They don't have the song list just yet, but some of the bands and artists is like Judas Priest, Iggy Pop, Leon Bridges, Biffy, Weezer, Rival Sons, St. Vincent, Alice in Chains, heck yeah, System of a Down, heck yeah, Bring Me the Horizon. So,
I love listening to System of a Down. I don't know if I could even think about attempting to play it though. I mean, I don't think I have the skill required.
I've got it on the older version. And then also there'll be things like Paramore, Blink-182, Fall Out Boy, and other popular bands that will also be.
That'll be coming free on demand, right?
I believe so.
Yes, that just started.
Yes.
Yes. Guitar Hero. I'm restoring my faith in you.
I believe it could be very, very, very nice, and I may actually have to get the console and actually play it.
If now that I'm moving back, I have friends that play Guitar Hero. I don't know if any of them. I'm the only one of my friends that has a next gen console, but I bet you they would help me chip cash, and you might see some. You might see some me video playing.
So some of the recently added, because on the Guitar Hero Live website, some of the recently added artists are Black Veil Brides, Paramore, Fall Out Boy, Blink-182. I'm trying to name the really big ones. Imagine Dragons, Lenny Kravitz, so some new things, old stuff. Disturbed, 30 Seconds to Mars, Rihanna, Black Veil Brides. Didn't I just say that?
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
They've got it on here twice. So those are some of the
Some of the newer
recently added
edition.
artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then with the songs like let me scroll way back to the top. Like Paramore, they're gonna have Monster, Fall Out Boy's gonna be Sugar, We're Going Down. Lenny Kravitz, Are You Gonna Go My Way? Imagine Dragons, it's gonna be Demon. So, they've got songs and artists listed, but you have to wait a little bit longer to get everything. And then also Guitar Hero is really good at having DLCs.
Right. DLC
This
packs.
is the one time you actually enjoy DLCs.
Exactly. Speaking of times you enjoy DLCs, there's also the times you get DLC that's enjoyable, but then you wonder why it's so big.
Yes.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate has got some DLC out for a couple of the characters. And for instance, the file size is huge. You can get a steampunk outfit for Evie Fry. And on Xbox One, it's an 820 megabyte download for clothing. On PlayStation 4, it's 1 solid gigabyte. And I mean, I don't see why the file size is huge. I mean, yes, I can understand paying $5 for downloadable content, such as clothing and things.
Yeah.
And it gives you extra gear as well. Like, gloves and things like that have an armor rating. But why is the file size so big?
My idea is it's probably got bug fixes kind of in there within the code, sounds, animations, just different things that they may or may not want you to know about.
So hidden fixes, because
Hidden fixes and,
Ubisoft hasn't always been so great for.
well, anytime a AAA game releases, it's usually broken.
Right. But the entire size of Assassin's Creed Syndicate on PlayStation 4 is 47 gigabytes. So, I mean, it is already pretty hefty on your hard drive. Um, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
big files.
Big files. So, Konami has shut down their LA studio. That's a bit sad to hear. However, different parts of Konami will be taking over the Metal Gear Online, Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain. This is actually the LA studio was the one that was mostly working on the Metal Gear franchise. However, it'll be continued to be worked on just at a different location.
Right, right. That was the LA studio. Was that the one run by Mr. Kojima?
Not sure offhand.
Kojima. Yeah, LA Studio opened in 2013 as a new division of Kojima Productions.
Yes.
So he left Konami a couple of weeks ago, or so he said. And then
Yeah.
Konami said, "No, he's just on vacation." Interesting.
So apparently they had money issues, and that's why they had to shut down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was right after they announced money issues right after they stopped the Silent Hills project,
Yes.
which was sad because I really wanted to play Silent Hills. I really, really wanted to play that.
Someone else could pick it up.
I hope so. Hope so.
So yeah, the LA studio wasn't making enough money from their games, and they'll and about I forgot how many, about 80. A lot of people lost their jobs.
Yes.
So,
Yes, a lot of people lost their jobs.
yeah.
I find it hard to believe, though, that they weren't making any money. I mean, they made Metal Gear Solid there.
I don't know. Maybe they spent too much making the game.
That is possible. I wasn't even considering, overhead cost.
Yeah. So, more women own consoles than men do in the U.S. What has the world come to?
I don't know. The times they are changing. Isn't that what
The
Bob Dylan
times.
said?
The end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
The end of the world. All right, I'm not singing. All right. So yes, in the U.S., more women own consoles than men. Why do you think so?
Why do I think more women own consoles than men?
Yes.
Consoles have. I'm not trying to. Man, you set me up with a loaded question here.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to insult women in any way, shape, or form here, but consoles have a simplicity that comes with them. You install a game, you make sure your controller has batteries, and you play. The networking is a little bit easier. There's not as much. It's PC Master Race people have the problems of sometimes you get background programs running, and there's just too much going on. Would you agree, Crimson?
I would.
You would? Yeah. Sometimes you've got your TeamSpeak open. You've got, this open, that open, your recording software open, the game itself is open. And if you need to flip through your programs and stuff, you're alt tabbing, your Windows keying. With a console, the next gen stuff has got built-in recording. You audibly say, record that. You can take screenshots with it by saying, snap that. You can have a voice chat active in the background that's able to be controlled by your controller or from the game itself. It's just more simple that, and women have more time to play console games. I think we're finally hitting that point of equality in the workplace enough. You know,
Yeah.
um, people are shared workloading at home.
So a little bit more on the statistics of this poll. 4 in 10,
Hmm.
40% of U.S. adults own a console. And men, it was 37%. Women, it was 42%. When it came down to race, it was white 39, black 43, Hispanic 45 at the most. Age group, the highest was 18 to 29. Second highest being 30 to 49 with 56 and 55. With the income, obviously, the more income you have, the more
The more likely you are to own a
well,
console.
yeah, that was obvious. And then community type urban was 41, suburban was 41, and rural was 34. So those were pretty close. So it's very close. It's not that far different.
Right.
I'm a,
It's
I'm a little surprised, but
I'm I'm not terribly surprised. I mean, the this was done by the same research group that looked up the the results for the mobile gaming
yes.
article that we did, the portable gaming piece that we did a couple weeks ago. 68% of adults own a smartphone. 86% of people between 18 and 29 have a smartphone. I mean, why wouldn't you have a console to go with it?
Yeah.
I mean, 45% of people own a tablet. I have a tablet and I hate it.
Yeah. Still believe PC runs the table.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think, the guys are will lean toward the PC just because you can one up other people. With consoles, you can't really do a lot to the consoles. Guys, we're just competitive. We got to one up each other.
Right.
PC's the way to go for it. So,
Right. With that and with PC, you don't have as many backwards compatibility issues.
yeah,
Mhm.
better. So,
Mhm.
on to the last story for the night, or the last couple.
Yes. Uh
Twitch.
Twitch. Twitch announces that is coming to Australia at PAX Aus.
Yes. And it's Hitbox is trying to take on Twitch with 4K esports broadcasts.
Yes, so we've got hugeness coming from both corners here.
And Bob Ross.
And Bob Ross. Yes.
So, we're going to start with the Hitbox story.
All right, let's do Hitbox first. Hitbox. You might know about it, you might not know about it. Hitbox is a streaming platform much like Twitch TV is. It basically does all the same thing. Hitbox's big thing was when Twitch had huge lag, Hitbox did not. They had less lag. They ran the previous video formatting, RTMP, which isn't as delayed.
Yeah. Plus, they had less people.
Yeah, and there were less people. As you know, that's just how it goes though with live streaming. They'll say you've got no lag, and the second you get a couple hundred people in there, people are like, "Why is the stream delayed?" Well, it's just the way the internet works. There's only so much output you can
Yeah.
have. Anyway, Twitch is getting taken on by Hitbox. Thankfully, no. Due to esports. In the world of 4K gaming, Hitbox has announced that they are going to broadcast esports tournaments in 4K 60 FPS resolution
Yeah.
starting next fall, uh, which is amazing. Hitbox is based out of Austria, Vienna, Austria. Actually,
Yeah.
that's where their main ingest server is. They picked between World of Tanks, the wargaming.net game, to be the first that they're going to stream in 4K. And they're also stating that they were going to integrate game data into broadcasts. So you should be able to see a whole bunch of awesomeness as well as the video live stream.
Yeah. This is all great and whatnot, but I fully believe Hitbox is just trying to be in the news, just to be in the news because they're getting desperate.
Right. I figured MLG.TV would would have gone to 4K 60 before Hitbox did. I mean,
What? I
especially if
mean,
you're taking swings at Twitch. Twitch is
yeah.
owned by Amazon. Twitch was bought for
Twitch.
$970 million.
Yeah. I mean, right now, Twitch is by far the undisputed king of streaming services. And it was pretty great. Then, Hitbox was trying to take them on, and they had an audience. Beam was trying to take them on. They had an audience just because they had different niches.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube Gaming comes along and was like, yep, I got it. I'll take Twitch down. No.
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 I haven't
Twitch.
seen more than 25 live channels on YouTube Gaming at once, but other than the first week that it was around.
Twitch turned around and like, all right, that's cool. You got your YouTube Gaming. Let's just completely revamp everything. So now Twitch has, it's much easier to set the settings for how the stream looks for low, medium, and whatnot. They
Yes.
reduced that.
Yes.
Completely redid a lot of things. What else did they do? The Creative Commons. The Creative Commons was where Beam kind of had their niche. Now you can kind of stream anything you want to Twitch.
Yes. I watched somebody blowing glass the other night.
It's fantastic. You can watch Bob Ross, or could. Also, the fact that they just announced the new Australian data center at, which we'll talk about in a minute, is huge. I mean, it went from Twitch. YouTube walks up, says, "Hey, we got this," and Twitch is like, "Nope, nope, we've got all this stuff in reserve, so let's just throw it out there." And all of a sudden, Twitch has just boosted everything to make it so much better.
Right. Right. Twitch is getting a data center in Australia. You want to
Yes.
talk about long overdue. I think everybody has played with someone that lives in New Zealand or lives in Australia or an outlying island out there, and they make great content and they see that you can live stream and they go, I want to live stream too. And they try, and their PC is great. Their internet's somewhat good. And their stream just falls flat. I mean, everybody's seen it happen. It becomes,
Well,
instead of a stream, it's more like a slideshow.
yeah, and it's a dual issue because Australian internet is terrible,
Yes.
hands down. It's some of the worst internet in the world for a like first world country.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that there will be a data center in Australia is fantastic news. It's
Right.
well overdue, but this is fantastic
Right.
because the closest data centers before would be LA, Singapore, Taiwan, Seoul, Japan, and the Asian. There's just a lot of traffic there, and then you're going pretty far if you want to go for the LA. So
Right. It takes a long time, and you get a lot of signal loss when you're moving data from Australia to East Coast United States. I mean, that's thousands
yeah,
of miles. You're gonna you're
even
gonna
Asia
delay
is too
right
far.
there. Yeah, even Asia's an 8 hour flight from Australia.
Yeah, and it'd be different if you had fantastic internet, but you don't. So,
Exactly. But
it's a huge thing, and I'm very happy they finally did it.
yes. Now, what were you saying about Bob Ross?
Bob Ross, the Bob Ross 7-day, 8-day stream just ended. As you can see, there's a overlay behind zero.
Yes, Bob Ross painted my background for me.
So all this was celebrating the official launch of Twitch. Apparently, in about a day and a half or so, there's going to be a something. They've got a thing up on stream where they had 400 and something episodes of Bob Ross. Now it's just a canvas thing. Stay tuned with a countdown clock. So we'll see. We'll see what that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but Twitch has completely redone all their stuff, and it's amazing. And I'm waiting to see because Hitbox, they're not going to do anything. YouTube Gaming will take part of the audience, but not all of it, obviously. I'm waiting for Amazon to buy out MLG.
That would be amazing. MLG is their own entity.
Yes,
So,
right now they're their own entity, and I fully expect them to be bought out by somebody.
right, either that or partner heavily with somebody.
Either what I'm hoping for is either partnered or bought out by Amazon for Twitch or ESPN.
ESPN. Oh, we never covered. Speaking of ESPN, ESPN removed all their, or had to remove all of their content for the most part from YouTube.
I did not know this.
Yes, the YouTube Red thing. I forgot to post that article last week.
We
Uh,
didn't even cover YouTube Red. I still don't know anything about it
yeah, it's not.
because
I think I saw the option to download it or start a free trial of it, but it was backdoored in like my mobile at the bottom of my subscription
yeah,
list. It's not ready for launch yet. But remember that contract everybody had to sign as a content creator,
never
and
got one.
and they said you never got one.
I'm still waiting.
Oh, you might have signed it because you're partnered. Your part
Maybe.
your partnership holder might have signed it.
But, all right.
But yeah, there was a contract. The looming fear of sign this or all your videos go privatized. ESPN had prior standing agreements in other contracts, so they could not sign the YouTube Red contract. And now their
Wow.
videos are not a large portion. I'm not going to say not all of their videos, but a large portion of ESPN's content is not on YouTube anymore. But you
Yeah.
can watch that online at their website. They're streaming it from their own website at ESPN.com.
Which, they've got their own little streaming service, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
for sports and
Oh yeah.
whatnot.
Oh yeah. Da 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 da.
No. Which, technically, ESPN is technically owned by Disney.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
Eighty
why some
percent
of
of
it. That's why some of it's on YouTube and some of it's
yeah,
not.
80% of ESPN is owned by the Walt Disney Company, 20% by the Hearst Company.
Right. And Disney owns Maker Gen, so
Yeah.
yeah. That's why some of it got kicked. I think their college sports are pulled from YouTube, and I think the esports got pulled from YouTube. They can no longer well, they can upload it all they want, but it just goes to private automatically.
Yeah. So, a little bit more in the sports world while we're talking about it.
Mhm.
The Royals won.
Woo!
You don't know baseball. The Royals beat the Mets in the World Series, so congrats to them.
Congratulations, Royals, Kansas
Congratulations.
City.
Also, in some other sports news, the college football playoff rankings released last week for the first time because they released about halfway through the year.
Mhm.
People were angry.
Yes.
So what happened was Alabama was ranked number 4. They have one loss. There were other teams that have no losses below them, and people are stating SEC bias because SEC is the greatest conference there is, and people are saying it's bias. So
Yeah. I
and
I wish I watched more college sports, but
yeah,
I have a lot of fantasy football players at
yeah,
work, and they were quite upset with the rankings and things like that. Like
yeah.
everybody was just bitter that day.
Well, we're halfway through the season. It'll be okay.
Right. I'm sure things will equal out eventually.
Yes, of course. In other news about college football playoffs, the playoffs have been will land in Atlanta in 2018. The Atlanta is rebuilding a new Falcon Stadium. It's going to be beyond state of the art. So they landed the 2018 college football playoffs. They landed several other national title games. The 2018 will be Atlanta. 2019 will be in Santa Clara. 2020 will be in New Orleans. The first 6 championships games they're going to have in 6 different states on purpose.
Right.
So there's your sports corner.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about hiring real quick too. By the way,
So,
guys, we're hiring.
yeah. So not so much hiring as we want you to join our team.
Yes.
Join. Minus the Rumors is looking for several more hosts like ourselves, and then backups and whatnot to fill in for different roles that we have. So if you are interested in joining the MTR project, send us an email at minustherumors@gmail.com or contact either Zero or myself in however you feel like you should. Just don't show up at our houses
I was about to
because
say,
that's not okay.
both of our Twitter handles are right underneath our pictures right now.
Yes. Be sure to leave. We're looking for people that have a good webcam, good mic, decent internet, and if you want to be a guest, if you ever just want to be on for a one-time thing, for actual host, 18 older for a guest, 15 older, 16 older. It's a little flexible. Same. Send it to the information to the same places. Just have a good webcam, good internet. I mean, good mic, good internet. The webcam you don't have to have.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
besides that, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all those wonderful things. If you're watching this right now, that means that Bottle Rocket Gaming is about to compete in the Votable UHC Championship.
Yes.
We're going to cover this real quick.
Yes.
You're watching this right now. The Votable UHC has on GoVotable Twitch / GoVotable.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go. Twitch.tv/GoVotable.
They've got 4 UHCs. You've missed the first 3, unfortunately, unless you just came from them. But right now, there's one left. It's ours. We're both going to be in the Bottle Rocket Gaming team. Be sure to go over there. Cheer for us. Hashtag BRG, at BRG. Just pull for us. Be sure to donate to us. The donations for those UHCs are going to a charity to the Syrian refugee crisis. It's going through a really good organization. So be sure to do that. Be sure to support us. Be sure to support them. Leave them like, comment, subscribe, and all those wonderful things. Give us those wonderful things. We'll be hosting them after the show. And
Yes.
thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next week.
Bye.